I'd like to introduce to you tonight our speaker of the evening, Dr. Sherry Simmons. She received her Bachelor's of Science at Southern Illinois University, where she graduated summa cum laude. She graduated from St. George University School of Medicine. Dr. Simmons has over 19 years of postgraduate education and has trained across the United States studying the latest techniques and innovative procedures at prestigious universities such as Harvard University, Johns Hopkins, and Vanderbilt. She's a member of the National Association of Women Business Owners, American Society of Laser Medicine and Surgery, American Board of Cosmetic Medicine, and the American Academy of Aesthetic Medicine. So with that, I would like to introduce to you Dr. Simmons and turn it over to her. It's going to take us just a second to get this all moving for you. There we go.
Thank you, Tiffany.
We're getting it going. It's been one of those nights, everyone.
It's been one of those nights. Thank you very much for that introduction, and I'm very happy to do this webinar for Vaser because I feel that Vaser has done very much for my practice. And I was wondering, do I have my slides up, Tiffany? All right. I would like to start out by, besides thanking Tiffany and Vaser, just to tell you a little bit about what this presentation is about. This presentation is about marketing and marketing your practice. And what I'd like to call it is it's a real downbeat economy right now, but I want to keep it upbeat marketing. And I think that is so important in everything that you do. And I feel like I'm an expert because I've made all of the mistakes in marketing I think that there is to be made. And I want to just share with you what I think is important and what I think works. Of course, I think Vaser works because we're going to go through some traditional marketing first, and then at the end of the presentation, I'm going to go through some really specific, eye-popping figures for you. So with that, we'll get started. To spend or not to spend, and what to spend on, there's tons of things you can do. I don't know if every one of you get hit like I get hit, but I could spend every cent I got on marketing and advertising. So I'd like just to put this in a focus for you, and we'll go over some traditional advertising. And probably the most traditional advertising is print. Print is your local newspaper, the Yellow Pages, the Business Journal. We have an Illinois Times. Our Business Journal comes out once a month. Our Illinois Times is a weekly paper that tells you what's going on in the community. Springfield Scene is our social magazine. Community Health goes to the physician's office. And Radiant Life, which I will tell you about in a moment. This is a typical one-page newspaper ad. And it has everything there. It's like you want to stand out, you want to be bright, you want to know why you're the best, give your clients what they need. And this is an old ad because I don't do newspaper anymore. A full-page color ad in the Springfield, Illinois paper costs over $3,000 for one time. That's not on a weekend. So that's just a regular ad. If you ran that for 30 days, you could buy, did you hear me, your Vaser system within 30 days of running this ad. And let me tell you, I think you'd make a whole lot more money. Newspaper ads are good. You can get out to the community. You can tell them that you are the expert. Have your logo in there. That is important. And like I said, these are older ads because I don't do the newspaper anymore. There's a lot of things that I feel like I've learned, and this is another thing that I've just tried. This is our half-page ad in the Yellow Pages. It is $30,000 a year. I have a few little ones throughout. $30,000 a year. That's in 3 years. You could pay for your Vaser system. Isn't that amazing? So, and I know that you make a lot more money. Traditional advertising is good. We do a ton of advertising. And like I say, I'm just hitting all of these avenues because this is what I have done in the past. And this is what I want you to know. Some mistakes that I've made and some other things that I think are so important to build your business. And you can build it with the Vaser system. The Business Journal, this is a bright and exciting ad, and that's what I want to be always, is upbeat. When you bring your expertise, when you bring the best of your practice, you want to show it. You want to make that beautiful and wonderful. This is a 2-page ad in the Illinois Times, and you can see we do 20% off Vaser. I did a lot of that because I got my system in February, and we'll go over numbers in the end. But I did a lot of specials and different people. I've done about one a week, so I've done close to 50 procedures, a little over one a week. And it has been an amazing thing. See the before and after pictures? I think they're awesome. They work well to show you how that Vaser works for you. Springfield Scene, this is the best advertising. If you can get someone to write an article about you, or if you can get someone to do a feature on Vaser because it's new, and if you go on their site, they can tell you all of the places that they have been in on many TV stations, if you can get the local TV station. And I bring all of that into play, and we're going to just go through some basic stuff. But this was an article in the Business Scene just about different things that I do in marketing. This magazine is a health magazine. It's since defunct, but just that little ad going out to the doctor's office in this little free magazine was $500. So these things are not cheap, and they're a one-time or maybe a weekly thing. If you put your money into something that is more concrete, something that can really grow your business, you'll be surprised when we get to the end how much it can do for you. This is something that I discovered last year, and it is a magazine. It's a high glossy, very, very wonderful magazine that is for physicians in the aesthetic business. It features you on every cover. You get the inside cover. That is the inside cover. So I can write about body sculpting. I can write about Vaser. I can tell you what it is right there. That's not the end of it, though. Not only do you get the front cover in every issue, the inside front cover, you get the back cover and the inside back cover. This ad shows this is one of the Vaser ads, and it shows you and improved. My slogan is you only better, so this was a perfect ad for me, and it says your body only better. And so all I had to do was put my logo in and send that to the magazine, and they do it. Now, this is a very cost-effective way to market because I get 200 of these magazines mailed every other month for $798. I mail them to spas and dentists so they can see these latest things. They know what's going on. More traditional advertising, such as TV commercials, which can range anywhere from $25 to $1,500 if you're doing Dancing with the Stars. Radio commercials, a little 30-second spot, $10 to $50. So you can see how you can spend a lot on TV commercials. And I do TV commercials. I've done them before. Now I selectively do them. When we're having a big event, when we're doing a big promotion, that is when I save the TV for. Billboards. Billboards are amazing. You could put your Vaser up. You could put your before and after pictures up there, and it is huge. You want to have it big enough so that you can read it, And that's 500 to 1,000 in my area. And I know that in some areas it's more. I doubt if it's much less in any area, but I know that it can be a lot more. Is this an effective way to advertise? It's okay. Mailers. I have found an amazing company called Postcard Mania. This is a half-page postcard, and this is what we did, a combination of vaserlipo and smooth shapes on a promotion. This was early on when I had first got it. And it just tells a little bit about smooth shapes and 33 cents for them to print and mail these. So I think that is extremely cost-effective. It can go to your clients. They also have mailing lists. So for $2,000, you can get 6,000 cards mailed, which is pretty cheap these days. Now, if you don't have a website, you need a website, and this is ours. This is the front page of ours, which we change periodically to show. I think we have something up about the Vaser on our front page because of the webinar and because of other things right now. But this is an amazing thing. I have monthly about 3,000 hits and about 10,000 pages downloaded. And of those 3,000 hits, probably 50% stay on 5 minutes or more. And that's about an average. Now, let me tell you something else. I have a link to Vaser, but also Vaser has a link to me. And they have more than 10,000 people who search the Vaser Physician Finder each month. So that alone is something more for you. Vaser advertises in all of the magazines. Vaser is there on at the important shows and things that go on. This is an email. We can use any of our cards to email. This was our spring party, and we gave away a free Vaser treatment. And a lot of other things. So we can just blast this email. Constant Contacts is an email site for small business owners. You can send up to 2,500 emails for $37.19 a month, and you can send as many as you want. It's an amazing, effective way to advertise. Vaser also has a lot of marketing materials that they give you when you purchase the system. They're very supportive with marketing. They gave me brochures for my party, which I had 600, and just gave it. The other companies will want to charge you for those things, so it's a very supportive. You can blast an email out with Vaser. This is something else that I do, and this is actually a program from 2008-2009. It's the Sangamon Auditorium, and they have shows and concerts. Those are people with expendable income. I just like to be in those places, and I think it's important that I just kind of say this is what we do. And look what's number one on there. What's number one is Vaser, so it's a good product. Some non-traditional advertising that I have used: TV shows, radio shows, charity events, spa events, talks, teaching, Facebook, Twitter, MySpace. And yes, I do all of it, or have done. So I just want to share just a little bit of my experience with you. This is my TV show. This is an on-location site. It's called The Beauty of Medicine, and I am on TV once a week, 3 times on Saturday, so somebody might get sick of me, but you can always turn the channel. This is free. All I have to do is go in and tape it. So I have had the Vaser in there. I've done a movie, and I can edit it for this show. All kinds of things you can do with this show, and you'd be surprised how many people watch it. You can take the camera straight into your office and do a procedure live, which is a lot of fun. One way that I give back to my community is through charitable work, and I love to give back. So I'm on the board of United Cerebral Palsy. I'm the second one from the end in my uniform. We're breaking ground. These are our 2 state representatives, the mayor of Springfield, 2 judges, and a few of the board members, and our president of United Cerebral Palsy. But anyway, we do a lot of charity events, and I donate to every charity event that asks. This is the Simmons Cooper Cancer Institute, which was built last year, and I support that extensively. This is a marketing packet, so if I'm going to donate something, if I'm going to donate something big, I may donate a vaser treatment. It's awesome. So I set up a packet that invites you in. It invites you in. It shows you the vaser. It's got a card that tells you about vaser. It shows you pictures of the spa. And then you have a gift certificate to come and see me. This goes to an event like this where there was about 500 people in attendance, mostly doctors, lawyers, businessmen, bankers. And those people are the ones that are interested in this, that have that money to spend on this. This is some of my staff, and you can tell that we have a lot of fun. It's $100 a plate to go to a dinner, so, you got to have $100 to spend for dinner. Those are going to be the people. You're out there in the public. I give talks. This is a talk at Gold's Gym with some demonstrations. This is at the Prairie Capital Convention Center for a women's expo where, again, I love the live demonstration thing, so I'm all about it. And it just shows the people there. Different things that you can do. These are not, if somebody asks you to go give a talk, go give a talk. This is a health fair that we did at the county health fair, just invited us to come. I think it was $25. This is a spa event. My spa events are my favorite events. If you don't know who this is, these are the Red Hat ladies, and if you don't have them in your town, it's too bad because they're quite a hoot. They're a lot of fun. But I'll host a little event after hours for anywhere from 5 to 15 people. It can be a mom's club, a book club, a church club. It doesn't matter. Anyone who's interested and has 5 to 15 friends that they want to invite along and tell about it. But my biggest spa events are the ones that I do with my theme, and I do 2 a year. This was in the spring, and we had a beach party. So it was a Hawaiian-themed beach party, and that's my entryway. So it's a lot of fun. This is one that we did probably a year ago, and we did a Mamma Mia. And you can catch us on YouTube for the full effect. This was just this past month, and we had all of our vendors there, and Vaser was like blown away because we had about over 600 people, and it was a top hat and tails, a chocolate and champagne, so a little more formal. But I just want to give you the flair of this because this is something where that night everything is on sale. This is the line to buy things, and it went around the block. It was amazing. Absolutely everything is on sale, from 10% off to 50% off, maybe 40% off. They can sign up to get a free goodie bag. They can register to win prizes. All of the vendors will donate something for a prize. And Vaser is right there. I told you they gave me 600 brochures to put in my bags. I did give away goodie bags. I'll show you those in a minute. This is live music. We had music. I think there might have even been dancing. I don't know. Food and drink. Always food and drink. This was the cheese and wine. This was the chocolate and champagne that was just there. It was a beautiful chocolate table and delicious. But everyone enjoys it. It's a fun outing to have. Even the men. I have about a 25% male clientele, and I will show you some pictures of men. So this is when it gets really packed, and the vendors are in the tents with their wares, and I have live models. I had models showing what they had their Vaser done on and how they looked before. They had their before pictures there and their after pictures. These events are for the young and the old, and that's a goodie bag. I love that baby. The event is held from 4 to 7, and like I said, there's the line. So it's a fast pace, come and go. You can still go out for dinner. You can still go home. You learn about Vaser. The nurses are on hand to tell you what you need to know and give you instructions and give you the cost. The crowds just have a great time. This is my Vaser rep. This is Mike Weinstein, and he had a model or maybe two working with him and a couple people, and just giving out information. The Vaser machine was out there with him, so you can actually touch some things. You can see how it works, feel how it works, and people like to know. It takes some of that mystery away. Just national reps all over the place with the Vaser machine always in the background. ABC comes, they do some filming. I have live radio coverage there. This is Dina Michaels. She's our morning drive celebrity in town. And you can see everybody's having a good time. And that becomes a social event. It's the social event of the year. Truly the place to be. I love this picture. I think it looks like a postcard. It's a place to get your questions answered. So there are, my clients come, like I said, and they will tell you, people volunteer to tell others about it, and people are amazed that, you can share your experiences and get information, ask questions, get handouts. And thank you for giving me those handouts that you did give me because they were fabulous. Learning what's new is Vaser. Vaser is new at my place, and it's made an impact on my business. It's very much a party atmosphere, and this is just what you need. When you're feeling low and everything is drab, you need something to pick you up. And when all else fails, you can do food, and you can do more food, and you can do drink, and you can do more drink. But partying aside, those events are held twice a year, and they are for information. They are to get things out. They are to attract people and to let them know what is new. You don't ever want your clients to be smarter than you. When all else fails, if the food and drink fail, it always helps to have a couple of guys with their shirts off. So works wonders to bring the people in. Teaching physicians is an amazing thing that I do with many things, but with Vasers, they can come in and observe and see what is the latest thing. This was a physician who was opening a new place in Tucson, Arizona. So you can teach them. I have nurses who need to be the assistants teaching the nursing staff. I train our residents. I'm an assistant clinical professor at SIU. And if you train the residents, they, in turn, will send you clients because they're the next doctors. And probably 70% of them stay in town. Training my staff. I am huge on staff trainings. I take my staff everywhere. They're all members. If they work the laser, they're a member of the ASLMS. They learned about Vaser probably 3 or 4 years ago at that meeting, and we looked at it for a while. I take them to exotic places. It's important to train your staff. You want them to see your vision. You want to be the best. You want to be the expert, and you can't do that by staying in your own little world. You do have to reach out. Other practices we go to. Once a year, I go to Harvard to visit with Rox Anderson, and we go over all of the newest, latest lasers and what's the truth and what's the not truth. Brilliant man. This is Phil Weschler. He does a lot of training in different fields, and I was with him assisting at the aesthetic show a year or two ago. This is this year at the aesthetics show, and I took some of my staff because I think it's so important, like I said, that they see these things, that they learn firsthand from the experts. We want to be the best. We want to be the experts, and it's so important. It keeps them upbeat. And, oh, yeah, who's this? This is who we met at the aesthetics show. John Sullivan, the CFO of Vaser, and Daniel Goldberger, the CEO of Vaser. And amazing, amazing people from the marketing team, and Tiffany is helping me out tonight, all the way to the top. It's a great company to be involved with. This was a hands-on demonstration that they did where the laser, they were showing the vaser melting the fat. And you can see how many people are interested. She was kind of swarmed right there. This is what you get if you go to a national training session. This is the experience that you get. This is questions answered. This is what I went to 2 of these before I actually purchased. So I went to a couple of seminars learning about the different modalities, and this was the one that met my needs, and I will tell you why it met my needs. It is something that we do. This is me melting fat. In the Midwest, it is more of a debulking modality than the laser. So I can get more fat off, and the physicians who have come to watch me do this are amazed at how much fat you can get off because, if you get, face it, I live in the Midwest. People here are not skinny. They're kind of big. So we try to get that fat off of them. So melting the fat is very, very important. They're not svelte already. They don't want to just be shaped. But this is my favorite part. When you see this fat just melting out like butter, it is the most amazing thing. Here comes that first little blob in the canister, and you're just, yes. It's a very exciting procedure. You can see the canisters behind me, and they are filling up. They are literally filling up. And this is how much you can get off. I mean, I'm not done yet, but you can literally get a lot of fat off with this. Here's your patient. She's not knocked out. She's only had a 5 milligram Valium and 1 Vicodin. So, but just very relaxed. They're very comfortable. I think I've done about 50 procedures, and I've had 1 or 2 patients that just were really a little squirmy. But most of them are like this. They just sleep. These are some of my before and after pictures, and I just find them fascinating when I look at them. This is an abdomen, and this is typically what I do in Springfield, Illinois, is an abdomen, because that's where a lot of us have our excess fat, but I also do a little sculpting. And this is a man in his late 30s, early 40s who wasn't that much out of shape, but he just wanted the little pooch gone. And then we talked about giving him a little sculpting, and he looks really good. And let me tell you, he had his shirt off this summer. He was very proud of those abs. This is saddlebags. So I think this picture is amazing because to me it looks like she's had a total butt lift. And it looks like I took some off the top and I didn't. It's just amazing how you can sculpt a little bit and get this kind of a result. Arms are a horrible, horrible area for women, and she lost 3 inches around that arm, which it's just incredible. And, very little downtime with this procedure, which is what people want today. We're too busy to keep going. So we got to learn to spend or not to spend. Keep it upbeat marketing in this downbeat economy. We want to keep up on the latest and the greatest techniques. Not just the latest. You want the greatest. You want to be the best at what you do. Treat your clients like royalty and spend wisely. This is upbeat marketing. Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that awesome? It's just like, I want to be there. I want to do that. This is the latest. This is Vaser. This is the most amazing machine. And if you haven't seen it, you've got to see it. This is what you want to be. You want to be your best. You want to always, always be your best. Excel. Be a community leader. Be a winner. This is an award, a small business award from the Chamber of Commerce. And always, always remember that you are not doing this by yourself. It's a team effort. This is the royal treatment. So this is my spa, my salon, my office, if you will. And I keep it looking beautiful. I want the smells to be there. I want the beauty to be there. I want someone to feel like they just have been hugged when they walked out. So you want to step into this and really give your clients the royal treatment. Now, here's what we get down to, the return on investment. Okay, initial cost, $90,000 for this piece of equipment. And like I told you in the very beginning, if you did a month's worth of full-page ad in my newspaper, that would be the cost of a vaser because it's $3,000. 3,000 times 30 days, $90,000. So it's, when you think of it, maybe a minimal cost. My year-to-date supplies that I've had to buy from Vaser, now this doesn't count my gloves and my gowns and that sort of thing, $24.80, very minimal outside cost or other cost. You buy your canisters and a little tubing, that's about it. Here's my income on 50 cases. And this is not a great income on 50 cases because let me tell you, I've given a few away. I've taken 25% off some. I've done lots and lots of downgrading. So $112,500. So that is my income to date. And that averages to $2,250 per case. Now, I don't charge, there's been probably one or two cases that are $2,250. Most of my cases are from $3,000 to $5,000 because they do an extra area. But I just want you to know that I am, like, downplaying this. This is my profit in the first 10 months is $20,000. My machine's paid for, and I've got $20,000. Now, look at these numbers, because this is what blew me away when I looked at it. It's vaser liposuction is 10% of my business right now. If I had not invested in vaser liposuction, what would I be? I would be 10% down. I'm not. I've invested in a couple of things, and vaser is one of the best. It is my most profitable new investment for this year. And instead of backing off and saying, no, I'm not going to do anything because the economy's so bad, I knew I had to do something, wanted to do something innovative and new and wonderful, and I think that vaser is that. 95% of all vaser users recommend the system to a colleague. And I like sing its praises all the time because I think it's amazing. I do as much in vaser liposuction doing one case a week as I do with hair removal. And if you knew all the hair removal treatments I do, that just blows me away. So 15% is Botox Dysport, 30% dermal fillers, 30% other laser treatments. So that kind of breaks it down for you. And I'm just getting started. You know, I just started in February. Here's my projection for next year, more than $200,000 because I've already got $112,000 in this year, and I hardly did anything. So I'm projecting that I'm going to double that at least, if not a lot more. The projection is just amazing. Millennium Research Group projects a climb. The climb is going to start in 2010 and just go a trajectory straight up to 2013. And vaser liposuction, it's truly, my patients love it. I love it. My practice loves it. So body sculpting is the wave of the future, and I just don't want you to be left behind. I want you to get on to the newest and the latest. I want you to take anything that I've said as far as marketing, and I did go through. My favorite marketing techniques are Radiant Life, my website, my email, my TV shows, charity work, talks, spa events. But what you really need to do is invest in what the clients want. And the clients want fat reduction. They want body sculpting. So with that said, I am finished with my talk. I hope if you have any questions at all that you write in and let me know, and I will hand it back over to Tiffany.
Oh, thank you so much. I loved your presentation.
Thank you.
Especially some of the great pictures of some of the employees here. That's going to be good black now. Okay, so we have a couple questions for you.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. If you could pick one thing for those that are really just starting to advertise and then probably have a little bit smaller budget, the one thing that you think you're getting the best bang for your buck on a minimum budget, what would you advise?
It's absolutely the email. At $37.19 for 2,500 emails, and it's all HIPAA. It's confidential. You sign a contract with them. It's made for small businesses. 2,500 contacts, and you can send one a day if you want to. They might not like you if you did that, but I know Neiman's and Saks does that all the time.
Yeah.
I get emails consistently from those every single day. So for $37, I think anyone can afford that. And all you have to do is put a little flyer together. You can do that on Word. You don't have to have a marketing person. I do most of those ads I put together. So it's not somebody doing it for me. You know, I can throw something together like that. And you can do it. And all you have to say, if you're advertising 25% off Vaser, I'll guarantee you'll get some calls.
Well, that's one of the questions that we got asked too. Do you do your own consultations?
I absolutely do my own consultation. Absolutely. I may let someone else do the measurements. I may let someone else weigh them. But I absolutely do my own consultation. And in my consultation, it is not a short one. I go through everything that Vaser is, and I use your marketing materials with pictures, exactly how big their incisions are going to be. I go through every pre- and post instruction that I give them. And then I actually hand them the consent form at that time if they're interested, so that they can just read it. They have it all there.
Now, how has your response been from your clientele when you started offering Vaser? Was it positive? Was it negative? What were you guys getting at first?
Well, when I was first debating whether to purchase Vaser, I did a little sign-up sheet with about just to see who's interested. And I had about, 25 or 30 clients sign up. And when I finally got around to, and then I bought the Vaser, and sent out, Vasers here, blah, blah, blah. And then I called all of these people to let them know, they could come in, see it, get a percentage off. 3 of them had already done it. That's how good my response is. And I don't feel like I do Vaser a ton. I don't feel like my whole practice is taken up by it, because my average has been just a little over 1 a week.
And then have you changed your marketing over time, or have you noticed you've changed it all with now adding Vaser to your practice, or is it still the same?
Yes, Vaser, if you've noticed, like on my ads that I showed in the beginning of my slides, it didn't have Vaser. Now Vaser is absolutely number 1 on the top, because that is what people are looking for. People are looking for something to get rid of that little pouch, to help them a little bit, and with no downtime. Something that's new. Everybody likes new, and if you're not up on the new, then you're not going to be perceived as the expert. And that doesn't mean that you have to buy Vaser to be the expert. You don't. But if you don't know about things, and if you haven't found out why you don't want to buy it, then you're lacking. And I try, Tiffany, always to be up on the latest things. I never want anyone to stump me. Of course they do, because it's like, I read in this article, and I'm like, oh, no. But you never want anyone to stump you. You always want to be the expert. And if somebody's knowing about all the new technology, and you don't know about it, and you've never seen it, then you're behind the times.
Oh, I agree. Now, how about, when you advertise, do you advertise with a certain demographic in mind?
I do. My ideal demographic is 45 to 65-year-old women. However, with an income of $80,000, because I find 80 to 150,000 is about the income level. If you go over that, I guess they have enough money and they're too happy. They don't want anything. But so that's kind of where I stay. However, like I said, 20 or 25% of my clientele are male. So I do have a lot of male clientele, and I do have quite a few younger because they want their hair removed. They want their acne gone. So, we have younger, and I've had some fairly young, and people in their 20s do vaser. That first slide with the abdomen was a girl in her 20s, the one with the tattoo on the abdomen. So, they have it too. We're a Midwest too-fat society right here in the middle of the...
Well, I think that could be said for probably more than just the Midwest sometimes. But now, for the chocolate and champagne event, do you mind saying how much something like that runs and what the return on investment is for something like that?
I spent a lot on... That was my 5-year anniversary, so I spent a lot on the gift bags. I gave away about $50,000 worth of stuff. So if you take that, what I gave away out, I probably spent $40,000 on it.
Okay.
My return on investment, I probably made about $200,000.
Wow. And were you guys booking right there?
No. You just take the money then and you call the next week and book. So it's a really fast event. You write what they want down and write it down and write it down. And, I mean, we're just flying.
So you definitely collect. It's definitely like, I want laser hair removal. We're collecting. This is the time to get the discount.
We can't do it tomorrow. There's no tomorrow to it. So, and this is my 5th year. And I probably started this at year 2, so this is, and I do it twice a year. So this is, and usually I spend about $10,000 on an event.
Okay.
And I usually get about $100,000. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But I mean, who can do that? Walmart, maybe?
Yeah. Well, and then, so did you do PR for the event? Did you pay for that media? How did that work?
Yes. Yeah, that's part of my costing too. Was now that my TV guy comes out and films, because he's my guy that does my normal commercials, and a friend. But I was on the radio, paid for that, on TV, but very limited. So what I did was I started. The event was on a Wednesday, and I started on like that Friday advertising, and I didn't advertise a ton over the weekend, but on Monday I blasted it. So from Monday to Wednesday at noon, I don't care where you turned, you were going to see me and know that I was having a party. And this was the event of the evening. So that way you keep your costs down, but you really make an impact right at the end. I also did a lot of emails right before that event. I sent an email out, a save-the-date card, a month or more before, 2 weeks before. It was a reminder. The week before, another one, this is what we're actually giving away, don't miss it. So it was constant emails, and that's when I did blast my emails too. But what did I say? That's free. I'm paying $37.19 anyway. I might as well send them.
Now, do you ever get any pushback from people? Have you made somebody angry for being that aggressive?
Nobody I know.
Nobody's
come after me yet.
Nobody wants to know. I think sometimes people get intimidated that, find that balance point. But I think sometimes people get intimidated that they're going to go overboard, especially when you're putting that money towards an event like this, that all this that you did, and it's not like you're getting pushback. People
I'm kind of over the top anyway, Tiffany, so.
All right.
It's
I don't think anybody can tell.
It's just who I am.
but it's great. I mean, I think you really showed where you can take it to in all the levels, and especially the email blast. Email blast is one of
it's
our
an
things that
amazing thing. And the magazines, the Radiant Life magazines, and the website. If you don't have a website, and to get 200 magazines mailed to whoever you want with your personal picture, with your name, with any ad you want. You saw I had a full-page Vaser ad on the back cover. Who could do that on a high-quality, glossy magazine? And that's the Radiant Life. I just think that's the most amazing thing. And it's every other month. 200 magazines for $700, $798. Awesome. Website. What do? You get it up, and you can put anything you want on there. I mean, to have 3,000 hits a day, and I know you guys have more, but I'm in Springfield, Illinois. That's amazing, or a month. I didn't mean a day. So those things, and then just reaching out with the charity events, and I just find it's fun, because they are exciting events, and you do give back. And if I can give a laser or a vaser or something to someone, it's my time, But it sets me up. I'm not just a taker, I'm not just a user. I am a caring person, and I am, I care deeply, and I care about my clients. That's why they're treated like royalty. So, but then you're seen in the community, too, as a giver, and I think that's so important.
Sure. No, I agree. That's why we wanted you to give this webinar tonight, because you're so great.
Oh, thank you for asking me.
Oh, no. And with that, I think we're going to end the webinar and let you get home and get to your family.
Well, I want to thank everyone who attended, and if there's any questions further, you can absolutely direct them towards me at any time. I'm happy to answer them.
We will. Thank you so much, and thank you, everybody, and have a great night.